The security guard's hand landed on Mira's shoulder just as she reached for the brass door handle. "Hold on. Where do you think you're going?" Her fingers trembled against the cold metal. 24 hours since she'd eaten. 48 since she'd slept anywhere but a park bench. The card in her pocket felt like her last hope, and this man's grip felt like it might crush it. "I need to go inside," Mira whispered. "Please, I just need to check something." The guard, his nameplate reading "Hey Man," studied her worn sneakers, her dirt-smudged jeans, her backpack held together with duct tape. His eyes weren't cruel, but they weren't kind either. They were calculating. "Sterling Heights. Financial serves private clients only. You sure you're in the right place? My mother gave me a card. Before she died, I just want to see if there's anything on it." Something shifted in Heyman's expression. He released her shoulder and pulled open the door. "Go to the main desk. Ask for Caroline." If you're watching this story unfold and want to see more tales of unexpected hope and second chances, hit that subscribe button now. Drop a comment telling me what you do in Mira's situation, and smash that like button to help this story reach others who need to hear it. The lobby stretched before her like a cathedral of wealth. Marble floors caught the morning light streaming through floor-to-ceiling windows. Men in suits that probably cost more than a month's rent moved past her without seeing her at all. A woman in a cream-colored dress actually pulled her purse closer as Mira walked by. Behind the mahogany desk sat a young woman with kind eyes and carefully styled brown hair. Her nameplate read, "Caroline Reeves, Client Services." "Can I help you?" Caroline's voice held genuine warmth, not the careful politeness Mira had braced herself for. "I have a card. My mom said there might be money on it, but I don't know how to check." Mira placed the battered blue card on the desk. The gold lettering had faded so much it was barely readable. Caroline picked it up gently, as if it were something precious rather than something found in a dying woman's purse. She swiped it through her terminal. Frowned, swiped it again. "That's strange. It's not reading properly on my system." Caroline looked up, and Mira's heart sank. "But that doesn't mean there's nothing there. Sometimes older accounts need senior access. Do you mind waiting? I need to take this upstairs." "Upstairs?" "To Joseph. He handles special accounts." Caroline stood, smoothing her skirt. "Come with me. Have you eaten today?" Mira's silence was answer enough. Caroline grabbed her phone. "Let me text someone to bring food to Joseph's office. You look like you're about to fall over." The elevator ride felt eternal. Caroline kept glancing at her with concern. "What's your name?" "Mira Chen." "Your mother's name?" "Lin Chen. She was a nurse. She died 6 months ago. Cancer." "I'm so sorry." Caroline's hand briefly touched Mira's arm, and the unexpected kindness made Mira's throat tighten. The elevator doors opened to reveal a different world. Hushed conversations, expensive art on walls, carpet so thick it swallowed sound. Caroline led her through glass doors etched with private wealth management to a corner office where a man sat behind a desk made of dark wood and chrome. Joseph Torres looked up from his computer, irritation flashing across his face. He was maybe 50, with silver hair and a watch that caught the light like a warning. "Caroline, the Ashford presentation is in 8 minutes. What's this about?" "This card won't process downstairs. I think it needs your terminal." Joseph's jaw tightened, but he held out his hand. Caroline placed the card in his palm like a peace offering. "Fine. 5 minutes." He gestured to the leather chairs facing his desk. "Sit." Mira perched on the edge of the seat, her backpack clutched to her chest. Joseph inserted the card into his terminal with the efficient movements of someone deeply annoyed at the interruption. He typed his password. Hit enter. Then stopped. His fingers hovered over the keyboard. He leaned forward, squinting at the screen. typed something else. His eyebrows drew together. "What's your full name?" His voice had lost its edge. "Mira Lin Chen." "And your mother was Lin Chen. She was a nurse." "Yes, why? Is something wrong?" Joseph sat back slowly, removing his reading glasses. He rubbed his eyes as if trying to clear his vision. "Do you know a Dr. Roland Brennan?" The name meant nothing. "No." "He was a biotech researcher, built 3 companies from the ground up, revolutionized cancer treatment protocols." Joseph's voice had gone quiet. 15 years ago, he was diagnosed with terminal pancreatic cancer. He had 6 months to live. "I don't understand what this has to do with my card. Your mother was his hospice nurse." Joseph turned his monitor so Mira could see it, though the numbers and text meant nothing to her yet. The man had no family, no children, just colleagues and shareholders. "But your mother, she came to his house every day, read to him, talked to him about her daughter, about you, made him laugh when he was dying." Mira's vision blurred. She remembered those months barely. Her mother coming home exhausted but talking about the kind old man who wanted to hear about Mira's school plays and art projects. Before he died, Dr. Brennan set up something called an educational trust for the future children of Lin Chen. Joseph's hands were shaking slightly. He specified that it couldn't be touched until after your mother passed away, that it was meant to give you opportunities she couldn't provide alone. "How much?" Mira's voice cracked. "Like, enough for community college." Joseph turned the screen back toward himself and stared at it for a long moment. When he looked at her again, his eyes were bright. "Mira, this trust fund started at $200,000, with compound interest and strategic investments in Dr. Brennan's companies over 15 years. It's now worth $3.7 million. The office tilted. Caroline gasped. Mira couldn't breathe. "That's not real. That can't be real." "It's real." Joseph stood, came around the desk, and knelt beside her chair so they were at eye level. All his earlier impatience had vanished. "You're a very wealthy young woman. But more importantly, you're the daughter of someone who made a dying man's last months bearable. He never forgot that." A knock at the door. A young man entered with a bag of food, stopped short at the scene before him, and quietly set it on the side table before leaving. Joseph pulled out his phone. "I'm canceling my morning. We need to do this properly. Caroline, can you get Jenny Rupert on the line? She's the best guardian ad litem in the state." "Already texting her," Caroline said, wiping her eyes. "Mira, where are you staying?" She hesitated. "Transitional housing, on West Side." "Not anymore. We're getting you proper representation, setting up a custodial account, and making sure no one can touch this money except for your benefit." Joseph's voice was fierce with protection. "You understand. This is yours, what your mother earned for you through simple human decency." 2 hours later, Mira stood outside Sterling Heights Financial with a folder of papers, a phone number for Jenny Rupert, and a sandwich from Caroline still warm in her hands. The sun had climbed higher, turning the glass towers into pillars of light. Joseph had walked her down personally, his hand steady on her shoulder. At the door, Heyman had tipped his hat to her. The woman in the cream dress who'd clutched her purse earlier had held the door open with an apologetic smile. Mira pulled out the photograph she kept in her backpack, her mother in blue scrubs, smiling at the camera, forever 34. "You kept your promise, Mom," Mira whispered. "You said you'd take care of me, even from heaven." She walked toward the bus stop, but her stride was different now. Not the shuffle of someone with nowhere to go, but the purposeful steps of someone with a destination. The card was safe in her pocket. The future was no longer something to fear. And somewhere, she liked to think, an old man and a kind nurse were smiling.